Hey there, this is Amelia here. Welcome to Amelia's crossdressing story. Today we are going to share a story called Trip to Paris Part 34. By Teddy. For more interesting and exclusive stories, please subscribe to my channel and support me at Patreon. Ronnie stood, with her arms folded, glaring at Arianne, and said, "We did, as friends, until you lied to me, and used me. You and Henri never had a fight about our kiss. You just wanted me as a lover, and used lies to try and get your way." Arianne's eyes went to the floor. Ronnie said, "Look at me." Arianne looked back up at Ronnie, as Ronnie continued, "You used me. You hurt me. And you'll never know how much I hate you. I never want to see you again after today. We had a great friendship, and that's over. I just may tell Henri about your lies, and you're using him. He's a great guy, and all you want is his money, not the love he's giving you. You are nothing but, a..." Ronnie was on a roll, and in no time Arianne was in tears. Finally Ronnie picked up the TV's remote control, pressed play, and said, "Watch the TV." She showed Arianne the part of the recording where they were in bed, and she was telling Ronnie how she was using Henri. She was even laughing about it. Arianne just stared at the TV in disbelief as she listened to their conversation and watched what they were doing. Ronnie stopped the recording and said, "This is how it's going to be. You will never see us, or contact us again. Or, certain people will see this recording. Our friendship is over. What if I tell people about Jamie? Honey. Everyone that we care about knows about Jamie. I figured you'd bring this up. You are such a bitch. But, if you show this recording to others, they'll see you in it. You little bitch. Again, everyone that we care about knows about this. How you used me, and they understand what I'm doing, including my lawyer. So, tell the world. You'll also be outed, and I don't think you want that." You could see the fear and concern on Arianne's face. Especially as Ronnie said, "I should tell Henri. But, I'll leave that to you. You're the one that has to live with yourself." Ronnie walked over to the door, opened it, and said, "Now. Get the hell out, and don't ever come back." Arianne almost ran out the door, and Ronnie slammed it shut behind her. She then walked over to where Jason had been sitting in silence, sat on his lap, and he just held her. She was shaking, and he could tell she was also crying, and he finally said, "Baby, it's over. Calm down." "God, that was so hard," Ronnie said. "I didn't think I could do it." "You did really well. I think she knew you meant it." "I did well, because I did mean every word of it." "So, everyone we care about knows about Jamie?" "Not really. Only Mir over here. And, Henri." "So, you lied." "Yeah. I figured she'd bring that up. Should we tell a few others just in case?" "I don't know. And, what if Arianne forces our hand with the recording?" "I don't think she will. But, if she does, then I will talk to a lawyer. I figured that you really haven't told anyone about this. But, maybe we should talk to Mir about this?" "That's your call." She sat on his lap for a little longer, then said, "I need to go somewhere." "Where?" he asked. "To see Père James." "Really?" "Yes." Late that afternoon, the couple was pulling up to the church in the little fishing village. They went into the church looking for the priest, but he wasn't there. They walked next door to the small rectory, and Ronnie knocked on the door. Shortly, the priest opened the door and said, "My children. What brings you here so late in the day?" Ronnie looked at the ground and said, "Père. I need to confess." "My child. Is it that bad that you drove this far?" Ronnie just nodded yes. "Go to the church, my child. I'll be there shortly." "Thank you, Père." Ronnie and Jason walked back to the church, went in, and sat in a pew close to the confessionals. Within a few minutes, the priest was there and entered the confessional. Ronnie gave Jason a little kiss, got up, and entered the confessional. Jason sat there just thinking about what had happened over the past few weeks. Ronnie and the priest were in the confessional for a long time. Finally, Ronnie came out, walked to where Jason was sitting, and he could tell she had been crying. She sat next to him, he took her hand in his, and asked, "Well?" Per wasn't very happy. He said we shouldn't have compounded things by trying to correct one wrong thing with another. But that it was done. I have to do some penance. And he also said that we should talk with Mir about it. Do you mind if I pray for a little while? No, honey. Ronnie took out her rosary, knelt, and started saying the Hail Mary prayer. Jason knelt beside her and listened as she said the prayer over and over. After about 15 minutes, she stopped, looked at him, and mouthed, "I love you." He whispered, "I love you too." They walked over to the little cafe and had a late dinner. As they were eating, Jason asked, "How much did you tell Per James?" "Just what happened between Arianne and me." "Anything about Jamie?" "No. I didn't think it was necessary to tell him about her." "Would it have been a problem if I had?" "No. It's just nice to know who knows." "Do you have any more penance to do?" "You bet. A lot." "He was hard on you." "Huh?" "Yes. He was really unhappy with everything." On the way home, Ronnie said, "I want to go to Mir and Per's early tomorrow." "Why?" he asked. "I really need to talk to her about all of this." "Are you sure?" "Yes. She's always been my confidant when I got into trouble." "Really? So, you got into trouble a lot?" "No. Nothing like this. Just little things." "How do you think she'll react to all of THS?" "Hopefully, she'll listen and talk about it." "She took Jamie very well." "Surprisingly. You did say that she's very liberal." On the way home, Ronnie called her mother and explained that she and Jason were going to an early mass on Sunday and then would be over early. When her mother asked why, all Ronnie told her was that she needed to talk with her about something important. That night, as they cuddled in bed, Ronnie asked, "Love, do you honestly still feel the same about me as you did before this whole mess?" Jason looked at her for a few seconds and said, for the last time, "Yes. I love you very much. But what?" "But Jamie is very jealous." "You're kidding?" "No. She thought she was the only girl for you. She knows she really is." "Really?" "Yes. The one and only." Jason slowly seduced her. And things progressed to their usual long, slow lovemaking. Later, as they lay cuddled together, she asked, "Where did you learn that?" "What?" "What you did just before we did it." "Oh, that." "Yeah. From the recording." "Really?" "Uh-huh." She cuddled closer to him and they fell asleep. On Sunday, they went to Mass early. She continued on her penance. He helped her do the Stations of the Cross. And, as they were walking to the car, he asked, "How much more penance do you have to perform?" Her answer was, "You don't want to know." After they arrived at her parents', Jason joined her dad in the living room. And Ronnie stayed with her mother in the kitchen. Over an hour later, Ronnie came into the living room and said, "Jason, honey, come on into the kitchen." Jason looked at her and could tell she had been crying. He got up, walked to her, and whispered, "Is everything all right?" "Kind of," she replied. "Kind of?" "Mir really read me the riot act." "Oh. Come on, she wants to talk to you too." "This can't be good." "Maybe. Maybe not." They walked into the kitchen and sat down at the table. Ronnie's mother said, "Ronnie told me about all the problems with Arianne. And, as I've told Ronnie, I'm not at all happy with what happened. Either what Arianne did to you, or the way you handled it. As Per James told Ronnie, 2 wrongs don't make a right. You two could get into real trouble if Arianne ever decided to pursue it." But, from what Ronnie told me, she's going to want to keep it quiet. We shouldn't have done it that way, Jason said, but we were afraid of what she might do if Ronnie just told her that she was through with her. Ronnie did say that she was worried about that. You had better keep Jamie in the flat for the rest of the time you're here. Jason looked at Ronnie, who nodded yes. He looked back at Ronnie's mother and said, I guess you're right. Jamie did cause a big problem. No love, Ronnie said, I figure that Arianne would have done it some other way. She just saw something she could use. It was my fault. I thought that having them meet Jamie would be fun. Love. No, it's not your fault. If Arianne hadn't been so deceitful, it would have been fine. Paris was fun, just like last time. I'm just sorry Arianne spoiled it for everyone. Spoiled it. Maybe a little, Ronnie's mother said, but ruined your stay here, no. You two need to just relax and not worry about her. It's sad that she did this, but hopefully it's over with. The next few weeks were actually normal for our couple, with work and school. Or, were they? That's all for now. See you in the next video. For more interesting stories, please subscribe to our channel, and for exclusive content, please join us on Patreon. Link in the comment.